Sally here from the Sillier Than Sally Art Studio. Just popping on here because we have an art class coming up. Yay! This is just some details about the art class that we have coming up, Paint Your Wildest Year. It's going to be fun. It's happening next week. If you haven't joined and you still want to, there is information below. If you do want to join, there's a link, and there's also a discount code. Yeah, don't forget the discount code. Anyway, so back to our class info. I'm going to go through some art supplies so you can get like the gist of what we're going to work with. But again, anything that you don't have, swap it with what you do have. Don't buy anything new. Half the stuff I have that I'm using, you don't need, or you can easily swap it out with something else. Okay, so this is our class that we're going to be doing. Yay! I'm so excited to do it with you guys. And don't forget, yours is going to look different because your 2026, 27, 28, whenever you're going to be doing this class, is going to be different. You're going to be manifesting different things. So your watercolor painting will turn out different, and that's the plan. So even this one, I did this one, I taught another class, and this one's different again. See, so yours will be a different color scheme, different icons, different imagery, different things that you're calling into your life to live your best year yet, hopefully. And I love the fact that we're doing watercolors. It's going to be a friendly class. It's fun. Bring a drink. Let's have a little chat and a giggle together. It is live and online, and here in Australia, it's coming up on Tuesday evening. But you can watch it from anywhere because the link is going to be sent to you, to your email address, so you can watch it whenever you like. Okay, let's go through some art supplies. Of course, we're using watercolors because, yay, it's a watercolor class. Yours will look different from mine. Use whatever you've got. There's a few great brands out there, but I kind of think go to your local art supply shop if you don't have watercolors and grab a decent set. If you can afford an artist brand set, excellent. If you can just afford a student brand set, do that as well. This is what I usually use. It's got brands from all over the place, but it's your basic palette, all my kind of colors that I need. I have a mixing palette that I personally use, but if you have something like this, hold on, you don't need a mixing palette. You've got this ready to go, okay? I use 3 basic watercolor brushes for my paintings. I try not to use ones I've used acrylic for, only because they kind of work a little bit differently. So if you can grab some half-decent watercolor brushes, awesome. I just use rounds. These are mine. A thin, long rigger brush. This is this guy. It's like a size 2. This is like a 4. It's a medium round. And then this is like a 10 or 12 larger round brush. Mine have got kind of rounded tips. And again, you can get these on Dick Blick, Amazon, your local art supply shop, just watercolor round brushes. What else? Masking tape. We do use tape on this one because, I'll show you. See the way I've taped off these sections? So what I've done that with is actually like a thin masking tape. So this is like 1/2 centimeter, maybe 3/4 centimeter, and this is like 1.5 centimeters. So if you only have this, that's fine. You can just cut it in half and use that. Or if you have washi tape, it comes in different widths. So whatever you've got at home, don't forget, use that. Okay. That's the tape down, and you can just get this stuff on Amazon or again your local shop. What else do we have? What else are we going to do? Oh, paper. We're going to use some watercolor paper. So you want to use a decent watercolor paper. That's the one thing I'd say. Try and get some good watercolor paper. 300 GSM. Mine is a medium tooth, so it's kind of rough and it's thick. Right? The thinner it is, the quicker it gets damaged. So if you've got thick watercolor paper with like a kind of a rough texture on it, perfect, use that. This size is about an A3 size, and we're going to create something like this, but yours can be bigger, smaller, or a different shape. Does not matter. This is kind of what we start with. Oops, turn it around the right way. This is kind of what we start with. As you can see, I've just taped it out. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. I've just taped it out in advance, and I'll send you a grid on this and in an email before the class, and I'll also quickly go through it on the class day anyway. So don't worry about it if you don't have this done before we hit the class running. And this is just the tape, and I've gridded it out so that we can actually pop some different bits and pieces that we're going to be drawing and manifesting into our life, like maybe your dream home, or days out with the girls, or a holiday, or just peace and quiet. Whatever it is that you want your 2026 to look like, we're going to kind of call that in through watercolors. What else? Again, watercolors come in such a variety, so please just use what you've got. I use a pencil, but you can also just use your normal kind of lead pencil. no problems. I use a paster a lot, but it doesn't matter either way. I also have what's called a kneadable eraser. I know that sounds weird and looks like a piece of grey poop, but this is actually really good for watercolors. It just stops it from damaging the watercolor paper when you're rubbing out. But you can also use a normal eraser. Just try not to rub on your paper too much when you do. What else do I have? I have got 2 water containers, which you're going to use to pop water in on the day. And don't forget, you can paint live while I'm painting, or you can just join in, watch, chat, and then paint the class later as well. There's no pressure. You don't have to paint on the evening if you don't want to. I also have some like white acrylic ink. You can use white acrylic paint. This sort of stuff is seriously, it's just to cover all my mistakes that I make, because we'll make plenty. That's what my art class is all about. They're chaotic, they're fun, they're messy, there's no pressure to get anything right. That's not how I paint at all, and that's not how I teach our art classes. So it's about fun, color, energy, zest. We're gonna have fun. I just use a black pen at the end to do some like mark making, to bring some details back into my work. So if you've got a black waterproof pen, awesome. If not, that's okay too. You can just use a biro or whatever. And I have like a gel pen that if you've got something like this, instead of using something like this, perfect. I also, with the tape that we spoke about before, some sort of masking tape, I also just tape my watercolor paper down onto some sort of board. It can be a canvas panel. You can actually even tape it down to your desk if you want to, if you don't have like a panel. I tape it on down because as I'm painting watercolors buckle quite a bit. Okay, so put this down. I need to keep that up. And they buckle quite a bit. So I tape it down just to kind of like stop it from buckling so much. But we are going to go through all this on the art class night. It's coming up here on Tuesday afternoon. It's live, but it's also recorded. So you can watch it from anywhere in the world after the event. You can watch it 6 months, a year, 2 years, does not matter when. So as well, if you want to join in and you haven't already, there'll be a link below. Hopefully there'll be a little coupon code there as well to maybe get it at a discount. Go down, check it out, pop on over. I have more classes on my website as well. And yeah, I'm Sally from Sillier Than Sally, and I'm looking forward to creating with you guys on Tuesday next week. It's going to be great. Let's bring in our best 2026. 2027, whenever you're going to paint this ever. Okay? Bye. Oh, I lied. 2 more things I forgot. Okay, so you've got your water. You just need some sort of paper towel as well, because we dab off water quite a lot, and maybe some tissues if you've got them. Plus, when you are painting, I love to use a heat dryer. You can also use a hair dryer or nothing at all. You can just walk away and let your piece dry and come back to it in a few hours and do a second layer. But for the classes, I always use something like this to speed dry in between layers. Okay, bye for reals. All right, bye.